Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Miguel back again with another video. Today I have the C53. This is one from Realme and this is considered a budget phone. Now there's really not a lot to show off about this phone, but there are a couple of features here and there that might interest you. And this is a phone that will mostly intrigue people who want to stay within a budget because this is a very budget-friendly phone. I think it costs just around $150. Converting that into dirhams, that's just around 500 to 550 dirhams, depending on the variant that you get. Now, I should mention that this phone comes with two variants. This is the international version, so you'll get this, most people will actually get this version, and this one is the one that has the 50 megapixel camera. I was actually excited about the Indian version because that one comes with 108 megapixels. So at this price point, a camera that has 108 megapixels is quite impressive, and I would have been more excited about that one. Price point is pretty much still the same, but I don't get why we have two variants, one specifically for India and then one for everywhere else. But nevertheless, this is the Realme C53. We'll go ahead and look at the specs. So we have a 33-watt Super Vogue charger, which means that you are getting somewhat of fast charging. We have a 5,000 milliampere battery. We have a 50 megapixel AI camera. Not a big fan of that AI stuff, to be honest. Then we also have a 90 hertz display, which is quite impressive at this price point. You really don't get any sort of high refresh rate on displays, but I'm glad that we are getting that. And then we also have a 7.49 millimeter ultra slim profile. That's quite thin. That's actually thinner than an iPhone. We also have the Power octa-core chipset, which is I'm not a big fan of. That's the Unisoc Tiger chip. And I'm maybe not a fan because I really haven't heard a lot about it. It's really not that common, and it's usually used in budget phones. But performance-wise, it's not really a phone that's gonna blow you away. It doesn't even match up to even some of the basic MediaTek chips. So that's kind of you know, a downside. But again, considering the price point, this is a phone that pretty much anyone can buy. But if you're looking for a phone that is unbreakable and will have all sorts of dust and water resistance, then this is the phone to buy, because Realme has done something pretty impressive with this one. And this phone is actually considered one of those unbreakable ones, so you can do whatever you want. You can throw it, you can actually dunk it in sand, in water, and nothing will happen. So they've actually done a pretty good job about that. And then considering that this is a budget phone, if you buy this one, it's gonna last you a long time. So this is a kind of very good investment. Even though it's a budget phone, you're not spending a lot of money, but whatever money you're spending is actually worth it. This also comes with 6 gigs of RAM. That's the most that this will get. It doesn't come with another option, and 128 gigs of internal storage, but I believe that we have the option of a micro SD card over there. And the color that we have is the Champion Gold. I thought that was Champagne Gold, which would have made some more sense, but that's Champion Gold, not Champagne. Looking at the box, it's a typical yellow Realme box. We have the Dare to Leap logo right up front, and I believe this is a silicone case. Yeah, silicone case, and then some paperwork. Then we have the actual phone, some more paper, the USB, regular USB to USB-C cable, and then we have the 33-watt Super Vogue charger. Now, looking at the color, it does mention that it's a Champion Gold, so I would assume that this was going to be sort of like a golden phone, but it actually is more of a bluish, greenish hue. So it has that finish where it changes color depending on the lighting. I don't know if you're a big fan of that. I'm not really a big fan of that. I actually like a phone that has one solid color as opposed to one that keeps on changing. The sides are actually kind of golden. This on the back, it's plastic, but this actually feels more like acrylic. So I'm assuming that's why this phone is so tough, because it's made up of a more of a durable plastic. Acrylic is usually more durable than regular plastic. We do have plastic frames though on the side, and the front is actually made up of glass. When we look at the button placement, we have the power button here, which is also integrated with a fingerprint sensor. We have the volume rockers here, which are not as clicky. We have a stereo speaker, a USB-C port, and a 3.5 millimeter audio jack. And on this side, we have the SIM pin. And this does support a micro SD option. On the back, it looks like we have a triple camera or a dual camera setup. I mean, it's made to look like a triple camera setup, but it's actually not. The main 50 megapixel camera is the one that you would most be interested in. But I don't think the second, I don't think that's a camera. It actually looks like a camera though. but we do have one main 50 megapixel camera. As far as I know, this only has one camera. When it comes to the display, you'll start to notice that this is a budget phone because this comes with an IPS LCD display, which has 1080p full resolution, but it's not really the best. But the thing that I do like is that nevertheless, we still have a 90 Hz refresh rate when it comes to that. So even at such a low price, you are getting not a premium, but kind of like a mid-range feature. The brightness is also not the greatest, obviously. I mean, you can't really expect it, but it does go up to 500 nits of peak brightness at a maximum, which is all right for indoor use, but not really that good for outdoor use. Talking about performance, I already mentioned that this comes with the Unisox Tiger chip. And when we tested out on Antutu, it gave us 250,000 points, which again is not really that impressive. But again, this phone is not going to be bought because you want performance out of it. This is more of a budget option. But at that 250 points is really not good, but it's not really the worst either. I would assume that, you still would be able to do pretty much everyday stuff. Now, if you talk about the battery, then this is a standard 5000 milliampere battery, which is seen on a lot of phones nowadays. And we do get a 33 watt fast charger out of the box, which means that it will support up to 33 watts. And when we tested it out, this gave us around from 0 to 100%, it charged in about 35 minutes. So that's actually not bad for a 5000 milliampere battery. So I think that's really a plus point. And this will probably last you all day long. We didn't really do a test, but 5000 milliampere battery can pretty much on most devices last you all day without any problems. I'm assuming it will also do the same thing with this one. If we look at the camera, I really don't know what to say there. The camera will shoot, I believe, maximum 1080p resolution. It does say that it has HDR support, HDR video support, but I mean, I don't know how good that's gonna be. Looking just at photos like this, it's not really good at all. I mean, it's very, there's a lot of overexposure and it's very grainy. It's also having a little bit of a difficulty in focusing on the subject, which is my cameraman here and the camera. So, I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna ask you to buy this phone because of the camera. It has a camera because, I mean, every phone nowadays have a camera, but it's pretty much useless. If you do want to take pictures of documentation, just regular stuff, you have grandkids and you want to, take pictures of them, maybe, yeah, you can, but it's not going to impress you. It's not for social media at all. Oh yeah, and the second one is actually a camera, which is a 0.3 megapixel camera, but that's really not a camera, it's more of a depth sensor, so I should clarify that. When it comes to the front camera, we also have an underwhelming 8 megapixel camera, which is artificially using that AI stuff that I was talking about to kind of beautify the image. So that's that, but it's again not impressive, and it's gonna shoot at 720p if you are making videos. So 720, not even full HD for this camera. Again, as I mentioned, it's a budget camera, so you can kind of expect these things. I'm not complaining about that. Last but not least, if we talk about the pricing, then this phone comes at around, I think I already mentioned that, for $150. You're not really going to be able to find this everywhere, but if you do find it apart from India, this is going to cost you around $150. That's 550 dirhams, and again, depending on where you buy this. The other version, the 108 megapixel version, is the one that I would have actually liked to review. I'm kind of disappointed that's not really available everywhere, but that would have made a little bit more sense because then you have at least a camera that you can use for maybe social media. I haven't tested that out. I don't know what the quality is like, but I'm assuming it's better than a 50 megapixel camera. And 108 megapixels is used pretty much in a lot of other devices, so a lot of other phone manufacturers also use it. And I'm hoping that it's the same quality because that 108 megapixel camera that I've seen on other phones is actually pretty good. So yeah guys, that's it. Just a short video on the C53 from Realme. Let me know what you guys think about it. Let me know if this is something that you would consider buying if you wanted to buy this phone at absolutely nothing. So yeah guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.